When shopping for a car, it is easy to assume that your decision will be based purely on logic, practicality, and budget. However, many underlying psychological factors influence how we approach this process, often without us even realizing it. These factors can cloud our judgment, affecting our choices and how we perceive the value of a car. By understanding these biases and tendencies, you can make more informed, strategic decisions when purchasing a car. Let's explore 4 key psychological factors that come into play during the car buying process. First up, let's talk about the confirmation bias. This is the tendency to favor information that supports pre-existing beliefs while disregarding contradictory evidence. For car buyers, this bias heavily influences decision-making. Before starting their search, buyers often have a preferred brand or model already in their mind, based on personal experiences or recommendations from others. Confirmation bias leads them to focus on reviews and information that validates this preference, while ignoring negative feedback. When doing research, buyers may use selective search terms like "why brand X is the best," leading to content that reinforces their choice. Even if they come across negative reviews, confirmation bias encourages them to dismiss it, attributing it to isolated cases. For example, someone interested in electric cars might downplay concerns about its short range, rationalizing that it won't affect their driving habits. Positive features of their chosen car are often overemphasized, while other competitors' strengths are overlooked. Social validation also plays a key role. Buyers may seek support from peers or online communities that share their views, further reinforcing their belief in the chosen car. Post-purchase, confirmation bias continues as buyers justify their decision, downplaying any problems they encounter. Ultimately, confirmation bias can prevent car buyers from making well-rounded decisions, leading them to focus only on information that supports the initial choice and ignore alternatives that might better suit their needs. The decoy effect is a cognitive bias in decision-making where the presence of a third, less attractive option, which is the decoy, influences consumers to choose between 2 more favorable options. In the context of buying a car, this effect is often used to steer customers towards a more expensive or profitable model. Car dealerships often present 3 models of the same car: a basic version, a mid-tier version, and a high-end version. The decoy, typically the mid-tier model, is designed to make the high-end version seem like a better deal. For example, let's say that the basic model costs $25,000 with minimal features. The mid-tier model, which is the decoy, is priced at $30,000 with a few additional features. And the high-end model is offered for $32,000 with premium features. The price difference between the mid-tier and the high-end models is small compared to the leap in features, making the high-end version of this car seem like a more valuable option for the customer. The decoy, which is the mid-tier model, steers buyers away from the basic model, encouraging them to spend more money. Consumers tend to assess value relative to other available choices. In the car market, when a decoy option is presented, it highlights the superiority of the higher priced model in terms of features or performance. For example, if the high-end model includes luxury features like leather seats, advanced safety systems, and a premium sound system for only a small price increase over the decoy, buyers perceive it as better value, even if it is more expensive than they initially planned to spend. Car dealerships use the decoy effect to anchor buyers' expectations. The decoy is often priced close to the high-end model, making the more expensive option appear as the logical and better choice. This can lead to upselling, where buyers are convinced to stretch their budget because the high-end model feels like a bargain in comparison to the decoy. The decoy effect also plays out in financing options. Buyers may be presented with a higher monthly payment for a mid-tier model and a slightly higher payment for a high-end model. The small difference in payments can nudge buyers towards choosing the high-end model, making it seem like they are getting more for their money over the course of the loan or the lease term. Let's look at an example. A customer is looking at 3 car options at a dealership. The basic model costs $400 per month and includes no extra features. The mid-tier model, which is the Decoy, costs $500 per month, including navigation system and upgraded seats. And the high-end model costs $525 per month with navigation, upgraded seats, a premium sound system, and advanced safety features. In this scenario, the Decoy model is designed to push the customer towards the high-end model, since the additional $25 per month provides significantly more features than the leap from the basic model to the mid-tier model. The Decoy effect subtly influences car buyers by creating a reference point that makes more expensive options seem like better deals. By carefully positioning pricing and features, dealerships use this effect to push customers towards higher price models, increasing their profit margins. Buyers who are aware of this tactic can make more informed decisions by evaluating their needs without being swayed by artificially constructed comparisons. Next, let's talk about the anchoring effect. This cognitive bias refers to our tendency to rely heavily on the first piece of information we receive, often referred to as the anchor when making decisions. In car sales, the initial price a salesperson presents to you acts as this anchor, shaping your perception of the car's value and influencing the rest of your negotiation process. For example, imagine you are at a car dealership and the salesperson tells you that a particular car is priced at $40,000. In reality though, the car may be worth only $30,000, but because the first price you heard was $40,000, your mind latches onto this figure. Even if you successfully negotiate the price down to, let's say, $35,000, you may feel like you have secured a great deal. However, you are still paying $5,000 more than the car's fair market value. This bias is powerful because it happens subconsciously. Once that initial price is introduced, all subsequent negotiations are colored by it, making it challenging to evaluate the car's true worth objectively. To counter this effect, it is crucial to conduct thorough research on fair market values before stepping foot in a dealership. By knowing the real price range of the car you are interested in, you can avoid being influenced by inflated anchors. Additionally, try to refrain from making decisions based on the first price you hear. Approach each negotiation with the mindset that the initial offer is just a starting point and focus on the objective data you have gathered. Another psychological bias that plays a significant role in car buying is the endowment effect. This bias causes people to place a higher value on things they already own or imagine owning. In the context of car sales, this effect often comes into play during a test drive. When you sit behind the wheel and drive that car, you begin to feel a sense of temporary ownership, even if you haven't yet made the purchase. Stats show that 88.6% of potential car buyers opt for a test drive, which is a common tactic dealerships use to activate this emotional connection to that car. Once you have driven the car and experienced how it feels, it starts to seem more like it is yours. As a result, you may begin to value the car more highly than you did before the test drive, often leading to an increased willingness to pay more than you initially planned. This imagined ownership triggers an emotional response that can cloud your judgment. You may start to overlook certain practical concerns, like whether the car fits your budget or your lifestyle, because you are already emotionally invested in the idea of owning that car. This is the endowment effect in action, making you more likely to commit to a purchase even if it is not the most rational financial decision for you. To avoid falling into this trap, it is important to separate your emotional attachment from your logical assessment of the car's value. While test driving is an essential part of the car buying process, it is crucial to maintain objectivity. Before committing to a purchase, take a step back and evaluate the car's features, its price, and how well it aligns with your budget and your needs. And remember, the test drive is designed to make you feel emotionally connected to that car, but that connection shouldn't be the sole factor in your decision. Car buying is not just about finding a vehicle you like, it is also about making informed decisions that align with your financial goals. By understanding the psychological biases that influence your choices, you can approach the whole process with greater clarity and confidence. This strategy not only helps you avoid common pitfalls, but also maximizes your financial well-being in the long run. And that was it for today. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch another video. See you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.